Hello everyone, we have our news for the week, so let's take a look. Maintenance, normal time as usual. Nothing is actually ending with maintenance as far as events go this week. And new this week is Final Fantasy 5 and 6. So we're getting two new units, one premium, one regular Neo Vision. So log in with 30 shards each for them. Usual shop, premium unit, no shards as usual. And part of the update is we're getting a new category, the Gathering. So units getting added to that. So we have Summoner Rydia getting 100 attack and magic for Ice and the Gathering. Celeste is doing the 100 defense and spirit for Ice and Gathering. Determined Dagger, defense and spirit for Lightning and Gathering. Then we have Vivi and the 7-star Freya doing 100 attack and magic for Final Fantasy 9 and Gathering. And then the Neo Vision version of Freya goes up to 200 for attack and magic. Folan, same deal. 100 at 7-star, 200 at Neo Vision. And then it looks like a lot of our global original units, at least the story, comic book story ones, are going to get the tag. We got Wilk, Louise, Richt added, and then Ihana from Season 4. So a bunch of units are getting the Gathering tag added, which means, obviously, new premium is our Gathering leader. Fountain of Lapis bundle, usually a good deal on that. So curated ticket means we have the secondary unit rate ups, and it's just 3 units this time. 15 of the tickets gets you one of the 3. As far as vision cards, so we have our premium cards, so 170 attack and magic as expected, and everything else as expected for gathering only. 650 flat attack and magic, which has been a little standard for the newer cards. And then from the other unit, 110 attack and magic, 50% attack and magic, 50% limit damage, 500 flat attack and magic for Final Fantasy V only. So very standard category card there. And then no limited cards. More story, which I'm actually excited about. I'm kind of curious as to what happens to a few characters. So happy to see this. I doubt it's going to answer my questions. We'll probably have to get a couple updates for that. As far as new events, we're just getting a raid this week. So usually go in, kill, summon from the box, and we get some items. So we have an accessory, 61 attack, nullify blind, and 50% double hand, which isn't bad overall. Another accessory, so 66 attack, 32 defense, 24 spirit. For Locke only, he gets 500 flat attack. Everybody else will get 30% mana and 100% LB fill rate, so probably best in slot for Locke. And the mana and fill rate could be useful for a lot of units with the 66 attack, actually. Staff, 144 magic and spirit, and demon killer. One-handed, nothing too special. If you really need the killer, it could be useful. Otherwise, probably not going to use that much. And darts, 176 attack, 88 spirit on a throwing weapon. Also one-handed. Nothing too special in that. As far as bonus, the gathering category, of course. And nothing else. So just the raid, it looks like, along with, the regular story. And take a look at the banner. So we got Treasure Hunter Locke as our premium, and King of Ball Galuf as the regular units. So their step up is a little bit discounted overall. I didn't calculate how much it is to pity the premium. Obviously, premium unit needs 17 tickets. Regular unit only needs 10 for pity. So I guess it will depend on how lucky you get there. And honestly, the 3 units that they have in there aren't used all that much. Don't remember seeing them on teams too much. And even myself haven't used them a ton. And it didn't look like they're doing any global upgrades for the units, which is a little disappointing, at least for Locke, because we just got Hio. So Locke is super limit burst unit. Super Trust, One-handed dagger, 241 attack. Locke gets 750 flat attack. Everybody else gets the 20% evasion. And looks like 250 attack when health falls below a certain point. So that's just whatever on that. Regular trust, materia. So we get killer for dragon and bird 50% when using a dagger or throwing weapon. So nothing really special there either. So his leader skill, which is something I thought they would give a global boost to, at least to add in clash stuff, if not anything else, but looks like no boost there. So he's a 750 attack and magic, 200 defense and spirit for gathering, and 500 attack and magic, 200 defense and spirit for fire category. So as far as a fire leader, Hio is better. He's just the best gathering category. And then Galuf is actually a brave shift unit. So in the base, he's mostly a breaker, and in the shift, he's a damage unit. True brave shift, which is super nice. So his super, two-handed katana, 232 attack. He'll get 1,000 flat attack, and everybody else can get the 100% plant killer. Regular trust materia, so 50% attack and defense, 100% fill rate, and guts. So actually that materia is not too bad with guts and attack on it. And fill rate's nice too. So neither unit has anything saying that they're getting global boost, so take a look at their kits on the JP side. So first we have Galuf. So he gets his Fill LB Magnus, some lesser chain moves, which honestly we're probably not using all that much. Let's see, AoE 80% break for 2 turns. He does have quad black magic, which is interesting. Regular triple cast. See, boosting his limit, he can do a self 70x modifier. See, 87 defense break to a single enemy. Give himself counter. On a cooldown, you can use, after 2 turns, Omni cover for a single unit. That could be handy for protecting a squishy unit. And then his Magnus for his breaks, so 1 use per battle, 85 attack and magic, 89 defense and spirit, and then fire, wind, and earth, 150 down. And then he can imbue himself with the 3 elements. And then he has another Magnus for a field of 40% down for fire, wind, and earth. So that gives him 190 in peril total with the field and his Magnus for fire, wind, and earth with the 89 defense and spirit. So for the 3 elements, decent breaker. Fire, ice, and lightning magic, which doesn't fully match his other elements. And as far as his base limit, so we get 89 defense and spirit break, 150, so he just has the breaks from the Magnus on his LB without no field though. So he only gets to use the field once, it looks like. And field is only good for 5 turns. So if you time it right, you might be able to get 2 bursts in there. Otherwise, you pretty much got the field for just a single big burst. Still not terrible. And as far as the shift form, so this is more damage focused. So he does actually get a 150 boost, which is super nice. Fire only, so fire is his main element. Magnus that will buff him over a set amount of turns. It's okay. We're pretty much going to have a different unit buffing overall, though, especially because that's self only and not for the whole party. Double hand unit. Another 1,000 flat attack in the shift for using a trust. And then his shifted limit burst, so 35 katana down and 380 fire lock. So he is locked to fire. So he doesn't have it in his kit, but you can boost that another 100 with the Titus's garb and everything. And then he adds 70 from his cooldown. So 550 total LB modifier. Absolute mirror frames. So he's probably the highest damage breaker. His only downside essentially is his big damage is fire locked, but I think right now Reagan, and he's dark locked in his base limit. But he'll do pretty decent damage, it looks like. And we can take a look at Locke. So it looks like the attack buff is when you go below 21%. So only 250, that's a little disappointing on his dagger. So he premium unit needs EX2 for his 150 boost. He has a 145 fire and peril, which isn't terrible for a damage unit. Another Magnus to remove all buffs from an enemy. Those are always nice. See his LB boost, he gives 120 modifier to his limit. He does have an 85 break for a single target. So dual wield unit with the bonus chain cap. He does have the LB boost built into his kit. .250 buff with double Mirage stack. Not terrible, although you do have to unlock that. He can imbue fire, which is always good. Does have a heal and a res. So as far as limits, so base limit, 40 dagger and throwing down, 135 fire and peril, 350, 5 total hits. And then the super is 45 dagger and throwing down, 145 fire and peril, 80 defense break, which is whatever. And then 430 base modifier. So he'll add 220, so that brings him up to 650. So damage wise, he should be close to Yo. Because in Dark Visions, Hyo is 650, I believe, modifier. And he does get the bonus chain cap to help make up for stuff. So his damage should be somewhere around Hyo. The only downside is, without getting any boost, Hyo is a better fire leader at 600. So unless you're doing a gathering party for the 750 leader. And then Hyo does have not bad breaks overall either. So that's pretty much what we're getting this week. It seems to be a little disappointing for them not to boost Locke at all right after, and actually not have him come out before Hyo. Because overall, I think Hyo is the better unit between him and Locke. Galuf seems decent still as far as being able to break and deal a decent amount of damage, even if he is fire locked. He at least has the good fire and perils and everything. Let's see, as far as pulling, I think I'm just going to use some 10+1 EX tickets I have and just see what shows up there. I'm not going to pull directly for these units or anything. But if you do decide to pull, good luck to you. But I don't see many people going for them without boosts after the units that we just got. But that's pretty much all the information we have, so we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.